Hello everyone, MVL here, and today we're going to do a LEGO unboxing live stream. Unannounced and somewhat unplanned. I've done one of these before, and I'm not sure if that's archived or not, but at the time that I did it, the camera I was going to use to do that broke just before I did it, so I ended up using a worse camera. This time, the camera I have should be good for everything, so we should be looking to do a little better this time around. Again, not sure if it'll be archived or not, but there you go. Now, it is actually around about the time I've leveled up. That's right, I've got a year older recently. I decided to treat myself, and I treated myself with Rule of Rose on the PlayStation 2, a sealed copy of that. At the time of this video, you can check out an unboxing of that on my channel, and that was a lot of fun to do, and I decided to do this as well as a little bit of fun. So I have a bit of a precarious setup here. I've got to stay mindful of where the camera is for doing this, but the headline items for this unboxing video will be a Lego Batman and a Lego Joker. Now I have these from various sources here. First of all, we have this from a Blue Ocean magazine over here in Europe. We have a Lego Batman. I got a bunch of different versions of Lego Batman, but this is the one we'll open for this video. I got a Black Panther here, which is pretty cool as well. And then I have a Batgirl. This is from a Polybag. You don't see these a lot over here, at least in my area, but Batgirl, a Polybag. And we've got a Joker, a Polybag as well. I got the Polybags from Harry's Toy Chest in Truro. And then the final thing I'm going to do is a little bit of a bigger item, and that's this truck, this prisoner transport van. So yeah, that's a bigger item we're going to do. But yeah, we're going to try and get through all of these items, and I do have a thing going on my microphone to help prevent any unwanted noise here. So hopefully that'll be helpful. And so you won't hear any like rustling of plastic and all that stuff, and hopefully you can hear me all right. But yep, this is live. We're doing it live, so that's how it's going to be. But yeah, I'm going to start off with the smaller items, get to the bigger items after that, and hopefully this will be a bit of fun. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. So I'm going to start with this Batman, and we're going to go ahead and put this together. Now, these do have instructions. They are on the website address that is included here, and you have an item code as well. These come with magazines, like I've said over here. You normally get Batman's normally like the sort of like headliner item. You get a lot of Batmans on the Blue Ocean magazines, and I believe they are they're not English is not their first version that they do, but they do come out here in the UK in English. They have a website for the Blue Ocean for you can get the instructions, and I don't think I'll need the instructions for this, but I might do for the Black Panther because that has a little like vehicle part to it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and open this up. Get all the little pieces out here. Now I've already saw a piece go flying away. Now one thing I can do with this camera, which hopefully will work out, is I can zoom in on the camera itself. I say that, I've said that actually, but I'm thinking of when I normally use it, and I can't do that here. So never mind. This camera does have like a zoom in function where it can get to a like there's nothing else in the back. But I guess what I can do here is I can go ahead and like zoom in on the on the on the on the oh boy. Actually, no, I can't, because last time I was using a different device, which was a webcam, and this time I can't. Never mind. So we're just gonna be zoomed out for this. There you go. All right. Okay. I'll hold stuff up to the camera as we do it. Okay. It shows the amount of preparation that I put into this. So, in answer to the can I zoom into stuff? No. Okay. So we'll for the smaller items, that's that. But yeah, this camera does have a zoom function, and it's only just occurred to me now that I can't use it in this particular setup, and I can't use my open broadcast software Zoom. I don't believe either. So anyway, well maybe I can, but I don't know how. We're gonna just start putting Batman together. I'll just hold stuff up is the answer to what I'm saying. I'll just hold stuff up when I'm doing it. You got some detail on the front and back of the chest here. Put that together. And then we have a cape. Now I like these capes better than the cloth capes that you get on some of the other Lego kits. I like these ones a lot better, but the cloth ones are more authentic for like most of the figures. So we'll put that on. Then we'll put the head on. Is it a double-sided head? Oh, by the way, one thing this camera does do well, actually, whilst talking about what it doesn't do, is the focus should be a lot better than the last time I attempted this. Never mind me not being prepared, but the the focus should be a little bit better, so hopefully we won't need to mess with that. And indeed I can't. So I think we're gonna use this head. I like the look of this head. This face of the head. So we'll put that on. There's that. This model should be relatively easy to put together, actually. And we've got the head. The head has the eyes on it. Now, normally, well, I say normally, on some of the other Batman figures, they have just white on the eyes and then nothing on the helmet. But this time, I think this is a better way of doing it. I think putting the eyes on the helmet. So that is a little bit better that way. There's that. Hey, Seacrest, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Thanks for the well wishes, my friend. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. Just assembling a Lego Batman here. Now there is this device here. And I didn't talk about preparation. I did not prepare any instructions. We've got a Batarang here. I did not prepare any instructions for this because I did not think I would need them. But what are these for? Okay, I think looking at the piece of paper it came with, I think I just put the red one on and then the black one on. I think that's the whole thing here. So I just put the red one on like that. I put the black one on after that, and that should, yeah, and then I just put this little like thing on top of that, and that's the back claw element there. So we've got a back claw, and we've got a Batarang, and then we've got our Batman. So that's the first minifig. Now this one obviously is very easy to make. We're going to make some harder to assemble stuff during this as well, but yes, I will, as discussed earlier, I'll hold them up as we go. So there you go. Alright, that's the first one down. Let's go ahead and make this Lego Avengers, Lego Marvel Avengers Black Panther. Very cool, Seacrest. I've been really enjoying putting together some of these items. Some of these I record for, let's say, the Patreon exclusive videos, which are quick shoot videos, so just a little bit of a thank you from me to you for those supporting the channel, and you can also get them on YouTube channel membership as well for the community tab, and they are just me putting together like things like this, and I think that's a nice place to live for those type of videos as well, the quick shoot videos. There's no fancy editing involved in those whatsoever, and they're just quickly done videos. But live streams are also a good place to do these, I think, because I end up with quite an overflow of these. There was more stuff than I intended to do on this live stream actually, but I thought, you know, I'm only going to get through so many items at once. When we get to the larger item, the truck, I think it's going to take a bit longer. But this looks very cool. This was from the Marvel magazine, of course. The 23 pieces on this one. We'll go ahead and put that together. Now, I'm not bothering to save any of the packaging or whatever, but I have saved the instructions, and I have this one I am prepared for. One of the few things I am prepared for this live stream is I had the instructions for this ready. I've got a noise cancelling gimmick on my microphone, so you're not going to hear any rustling, hopefully, and I hope it doesn't interfere with my voice too much either. Although, as we have already confirmed, I'm not so reliable on what I'm going to say. Anyway, so I think that's all of the pieces out there. And again, we can't zoom in here, but that's what I would do on one of my quick shoot Patreon videos, or supporter videos, I should say. There's a function on this camera that will zoom in, but we can't use it right now. And I also can't, I don't believe, modify that. Well, I guess I could modify it, but I don't want to touch anything because it's quite precarious. No rustling at all, Seacrest. No rustling of the bags. I can already tell these are little launchers. These fire, like these little things. And I'm not going to do that right now because I'll give you an example if I can. I can't because I don't have the little thing in. But these will fire like ridiculously. these will just like go off into the stratosphere. So yes, that is maybe they'll use these bits. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself anyway. I will get the instructions up on another screen, but I guess the first thing I will do is I will assemble. Um, I will assemble. I didn't think this through because I can't look at that screen, and also look at the monitor. There we go. I'll assemble the guy first. I don't need to look at that for that. And this should be the only mini we need to look at that. But here's the mini. Here's the torso, detail on the front and back. We'll stick that together. And here's the head. I think we have front and back to this head. But it's not two-sided because obviously you'll see the back. Hey, Trevor, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. How the devil are you? 75 months a member. Now Trevor can check out the member exclusive stuff as well, which is like normally Lego videos. Appreciate that, my friend. 75 months, really appreciate it, buddy. Hope you're doing well. There's the Black Panther figure. I don't think there's any more to that. I did close the instructions I had up, but I think that's all for that. And it's not all for that. I'm being silly. There is a little cap to this, which I don't see in front of me. There it is. It's hidden. There we go. All right. There's this little thing. I need to put this on. The cat ears. Are they the right way around? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it matters. But there you go. There. Is it looking a bit better? All right. There's that. We'll put that to the side and assemble this thing. Hey, thanks for the well wishes, Trevor, as well. You're doing well, Trevor. Good to hear. I'm doing all right. I'm gonna get through assembling some Lego stuff on this stream. I already treated myself for the level up day for the Rule of Rose, which I did an unboxing video for. The next video I think I have planned will be for the Star Fox, which is coming out this month, but I don't know if I will get, because it takes a long time to make videos. If I can't get to it in time, I will try and get something else out this month, but we'll see what happens. The other videos I'm working on is a video for the Max Play collection on the PlayStation 2, which I featured in a pickup video, and also the Power Source collection on PlayStation 1, in whichever order, which I also featured on a video game pickups video as well. And speaking of that, there will be a video game pickups video coming out at some point in the future as well. However, every video I say I'm going to make, I don't necessarily actually will end up making, because, again, it takes a long time to make a video, and you never know what's going to happen throughout the process of making a video. But those are some of the things I have planned right now. How did I manage to get a sealed copy Seacrest? As I allude to in the unboxing video for the Rule of Rose, which actually I should probably link in the chat currently, there was an influx of like new old stock. Essentially, the game for Rule of Rose did not come out in the UK. Because of the reasons I discussed in the video, all very very crazy reasons, and it's the sort of thing that, you know, you got a little bit of that sort of like moral panic with Grand Theft Auto, but nothing to the level of what happened with Rule of Rose. And because of the reasons that were brought up against it, most of which were untrue, and I will link the Rule of Rose unboxing in chat and pin that, because I meant to do that earlier but I forgot. Yes, because of all of that, it was never released in England, but English copies were made. Review copies were made for people to review them, but copies were made by 505 Games allegedly for release. My nails look pretty bad here, by the way. I didn't think about that beforehand. I did one video game pickups video a long time ago where I mentioned my nails, and I really regret it because it was really silly, but I did it again. Anyway, yes. So these copies of Rule of Rose were allegedly made and never released. They ended up being sold, I believe, by 505 Games to private sellers. And the private sellers slowly trickled them out on online marketplaces. So the UK copy, again, I think the American copy is the most desirable copy because that will be 60 hertz. But the UK copy is very obtainable, and it is a much smaller amount than it would previously have been. So I think Rule of Rose is as cheap as it's ever going to get for a UK copy, and that's why I picked one up. And I also wanted to do that video, and I wanted to pick it up, I think it was a year or so ago when those copies began circulating, and I wanted to pick it up then, but I held off because I wasn't sure of the authenticity. But being able to grab a copy of a game like that new was pretty cool, and you don't know how many times you're going to get to do that in 2026. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to treat myself here. So I'm not sure how well this is going to be viewable. Actually, I will try to do this as best I can, but I did. Oh, you know what? I have two monitors. I can just put it on another monitor. I didn't think ahead to look at the instructions and look at what I'm doing at the same time. Yes. By the way, I have two monitors. Normally, when I'm streaming a video game, one of those monitors, the TV will be the video game, and the other one will be like the YouTube stuff. But now that I'm doing this, I can just use both monitors for this because it's all PC stuff. Anyway, yes, let's start. So yes, I won't need to just not see what I'm doing for the stream. I can see both things. So I think I put this here. And then I think I put the other one of these like that as well. I think this is correct. It's not going to be that big a deal if this isn't right because I can do it again later. And then I put this on here for this, and then I put something on the top which I think is this. I think that's right. Okay, and then I put these on the bottom, I guess. Okay, those do fit in there. This is the only one where I'm going to have to use Blue Ocean instructions. The other, like, official Lego kits should have instructions with them. Okay, now I've got to assemble the little projectiles. And the enjoyable thing I find about these is they have a little symbol. I'm not sure if we'll see it in the other kits, but it's like a little symbol on the instructions that says, don't fire this in your own eye. So don't do that. These go in here, I think, somehow. You know what? It's probably not going to go in because I already loaded it. That was silly. Let's try the other one. So there's the other one of these. And then I need to put this in, and I'm pretty sure it is facing this way. These will fire out these, yeah, so that goes in very easily. And what it will do is, I don't know how easy this is going to be to do, but it fires out with some incredible force. You wouldn't have heard it there, but it does fire out with some incredible force. Now I might have messed myself up by putting this other one in already, but I guess I'll try and just like jam it in there. But I might have messed that up a little bit. Oh, you know what? I still got it in, so that one should also come out. There you go. All right, cool. And these go on the sides facing up here. This is some sort of like hoverboard or something like that for Black Panther. And then these little bits go on the side. I think I'm seeing the form start to take shape here a little bit for whatever this is supposed to be. Helps if I put it together correctly. And then I have to put this thing on the top here. Like that. I think this bit will most likely go here. And then I guess he stands on this. That's how it works. So yes, the projectiles, we've got 4 of these here. They go into these. Like that. And I don't want to lose them, but they fire out like that. And then Black Panther can stand on that. And that's like the little contraption there. Kind of cool. Alright, I can close those instructions. They come in like they come in file form on the computer. You're looking forward to the remake of Ocarina of Time, Trevor? It should be good. I have high hopes for it for sure. You think you might get a Switch 2 for it? Seacrest, I recommend it. So, like, the Switch 2, the Donkey Kong Bonanza game was really good. I think that was the system seller for me. And there's the Mario Kart on it as well. And honestly, the Ocarina of Time remake will be a big seller for a lot of people as well. There's that guy. Kind of cool. Wasn't that bad to put together. I'd managed to not lose any of those little baubles, so that was that. These next ones are going to be a little bit more complicated. So I guess we're going to do that girl first. These are in poly bags. Actually, I say they're more complicated. This one doesn't actually look like it comes with any accessories. But because these are official Lego, this is official Lego, this should have instructions. So there's that. This mini as well looks really good, so I'm really happy to get this one. You know, with the Lego Batman video game, which was great by the way, I'm actually a little surprised we haven't got more Batman minifigures come out for actual Lego. I'm actually pausing to talk because of the crackling of the bag, but you guys can't hear that anyway because of the filter I've got on. So yeah, there's the capes. Oh, I'm gonna need to grab scissors, I think. Looks like the hairpiece is stuck in there as well. I wish I could just drop on some hair. Probably come out around the same time as Grand Theft Auto 6 Seacrest. That game's going to be highly anticipated as well, if it's not. So yes, I think even though this mini doesn't have much going on with it, we do still have instructions because this is an official Lego kit. Oh, it doesn't look like I'm going to need any scissors here, actually. So this should be the cape. There might be two capes in here because sometimes they'll have like Batman and Robin capes in one kit, even if you just get Robin, for example. So there's that. We've got the hair, which we'll figure out how that attaches. Got the cowl, got the head, the body, and the legs. We've got two of these. I think we only need one of these, but official Lego kits often give you spares, and this is for the body. I might not put this on because a lot of the other figures don't have these, but for a while they did, where they were putting these on for the utility belts for older Lego figures. And then we have these yellow batarangs for Batgirl. I'll have a look at these instructions though. I imagine this is mostly going to be an advertisement for more stuff. You really want remasters for Metroid 2 and 3, Trevor? I would say it's probably unlikely that we're going to get them. I figure they probably did what they wanted to do with the Metroid Prime 1 remaster. Although we can hope. I think if they were going to do them, they would have done all three of them at once. Unfortunately. I think they probably just wanted to get one of them out. And then... Dude, this kit right here looks awesome. I mean, these kits all look awesome, but you know, that's cool. Well, these are actually aren't instructions, which is very surprising to me. Like even just assembling a single minifigure, I would have expected instructions, which is fine. You know, you don't need instructions to put this together, but I would have actually expected them for an official Lego kit. So we have two belts. We have an extra belt here. These are the utility belts. I believe it's this way around. I'll put it on now, but there's no difference in these designs. We have a spare one. Because they're official Lego kits, you get spares. And that's just going to go on top of the legs. And I don't super like these bits because they space out. It's kind of like how some pieces around the neck make the head a little bigger. Same reason I don't like these. But there's that. I mean, you can actually see that it does like elevate the body a bit, so it is kind of nice. But from my perspective, oh by the way, the chest piece there, and from my perspective, I would like them either all to have it or none of them to have it. And we just saw Batman didn't have one, so it's a bit weird. Here's the head. It looks like we have a winky face and a serious face. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go with the winky face. It's kind of weird. I guess I'll go with a serious face. She'll be serious. I can always change it around. Oh no, I got ahead of myself. I've got to get a cape. Got to get a cape. These will be the material capes. I like these a lot less, and because I like the other capes a bit better. But really, I could. Oh, there's only one cape in here, and it's gold. That's interesting. Oh, you know what? They really should have been the instructions for how to put this cape on, because it is weird. I believe what you do with these is you actually do it like that. Why so serious, Trevor? We will have a Joker actually as well. Yeah, they don't use these type of capes anymore either. These capes are weird. I believe you put one end on and you put the other end on. This cape feels like it's going to break as well. It feels really weird. Okay, there's that. I'm assuming it's gold on the outside. And then we put the head on. Put a serious head on. Like that. And as you can see, the cape looks like pretty much not. It's so weird seeing the other head on the other side. Let's put the cowl on. And there's space for the hair as well on the cowl. So there's the cowl. There's that. Grr, serious head. Great looking minifigure. And then there's the hair on the back. I wish I could just slot some hair on. That covers that up nicely. And there you go. There is the Batgirl minifigure. I'm not sure the cowl is on completely straight, but there you go. I had one minifigure where the head actually got stuck on, which is kind of crazy. But it happens very rarely. So there's that. Very nice Seacrest. Yeah, this mini was very cool. And I wanted to get this minifigure in particular. Big fan of the character and all the Batman characters, really. Some of the Batman characters, like Nightwing, and some of the villains, like Harley Quinn, are extremely expensive because they don't make enough of them, which is a shame, really. But that is the case with some of these minifigures. So I wanted to make sure I had make sure I had a Batgirl. So there's the Batgirl. Nice. All right, cool figure. Now, speaking about why so serious, let's put a smile on that face of yours. We got the Joker. You got to have a Joker. I think I have a Joker already, obviously, but always cool to pick one up. I believe I picked this up in Harry's toy chest as well. I don't remember. Um, I might have got the Batgirl online, but I definitely picked this up in Harry's toy chest. And they've got loads of. I've done a video about Harry's toy chest a long time ago, but since then they've got way more Lego in there now. I think at the time I did the video of Harry Toy Chest, I think I said in that video I wasn't super into Lego, but that's obviously changed. Alright, now this will have instructions. I know I said that about the last one, but the last one really should have done because capes aren't very intuitive. There are lots of bits here. Alright, there's that. And I'm actually probably going to need to grab something to open up the box we have later properly without breaking anything. Dude, I can see the head already. The head looks great. But let's have a look at this. There'll be advertisements for more stuff in here. And this is going to be a little bit more complicated. I wasn't paying attention to how many pieces were in this, but this will be a little bit more complicated than the last things we made. So here's the Lego Club. I'm not sure if there's any points with this item or not, but there you go. And there's the instructions. So I will be using these instructions, obviously, to put this together. I'll put those to one side. But I can make the minifigure without instructions, so I'll do that first. And put that off to the side. There's the torso. And the back. Very cool looking. Classic style Joker. And here is the head. We've got a cheeky grin. A very Jack Nicholson style. We've got a very stretched out face there. Hey, Mystical Dorcas, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Thank you for the well wishes. I really appreciate that. 8 months a member. Thank you so much, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you dropping by. I like this face a lot. I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to go with that smile. It's like the way Joker's smile is a little bigger than you expect. It's very kind of distressing in a way, isn't it? And here's the hair. I wish I could do this. I wish I could just plop on some hair. Well, I mean, I guess I could get a wig, but I digress. Alright, I haven't put that on straight. There we go. That looks pretty good. It's a very cool looking mini. And of course, you could have the other head if you wanted to as well. Hope you do well, Mystical, as well. I'll put that to the side. Not a problem, Mystical. Nice. Good to have you here, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I had a level up day recently, obviously, and I treated myself to some stuff, as you do. I like to separate out the pieces when I'm going to make something. Even though this is not as many pieces as the other item we're going to make in a moment, I do like to still separate the pieces. And I have other stuff that I could make if we if we go super fast. But I think what we've got here is probably going to be fine. There's a lot of dark pieces here, and in the instructions, sometimes when you add a dark piece to a dark piece, it can be hard to see what you're doing. Sometimes in the instructions they like to make grey um, and black hard to tell the difference between, and sometimes that can be a little bit annoying, but it shouldn't be an issue here. We've got a lot of space here actually or screen space that is, to do it. Had a procedure recently, Mystical. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I have to have some stuff done myself, actually. Paid £2,000 for that. I gotta have some sort of stuff done. But yeah, it is one of those things that comes with age, really. Unfortunately, we've got lots of these little studs here. I sometimes call them baubles. But we've got some studs. And then, oh, we got this pie. Dude, now I'm hungry. It's pie time. Alright. I think these are separated in a way that makes sense to me, where they're all like color separated. We've got a lot of screen space here to work with, so it's so that's good. Alright, okay, that's makes sort of sense to me. Now the first thing I need to do is take this plate piece, and we need to put these yellow things on the sides. It's very this yellow is one of those colors that really pops. Now I myself like to wear dark colors, but this is one of those colors that like really pops. Um, I consider myself a goth for quite some time. I like to play the heavy metal, so I like the dark colors. But you know, I appreciate this sort of thing. The next thing I need to do, this thing actually might be pretty quick to make. Might be pretty quick. Hugs in the chat. Hugs. Uh, we put this here, I think. I'll just hold this up so it's actually visible. Because there aren't actually that many pieces to this assembly, and we should have spares because it is an official Lego kit. As we lose a piece, the official Lego kits tend to have spare pieces. Now the Blue Ocean kits do not, which can sometimes be a bit awkward. Like every now and then you get a spare piece on the Blue Ocean kits, but for the most part, they don't have extras. But the official Lego kits will always have extras, which is nice. But I mean, it's probably nothing to them, you know, to add those extras in. But it's nice to have it, so you don't, you know, if one bit breaks or if you're missing a piece. Um, that one snapped quite nicely. Hey, what up, John? How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Thanks for the well wishes, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We're making a Lego Joker's like bumper car. It looks like I think it's a bumper car. It reminds me of like Lego Batman 2. I think it was where there was like a amusement level. In actual fact, I played the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and the amusement level was not as good as Lego Batman 2. There were less things to do, but overall, obviously, an amazing game. Um, the next thing I need to do is put all of these like bits on the sides. I think all of these bits. How are you doing, John? Hope you're doing well. These, I get this. This is like the edge of the bumper cart. We're edging now, guys. Wait, no, I didn't say that. Pay no attention. Nice. And then, of course, the other thing I got myself for the, as I mentioned again, look at me self-promoting myself, is the Rule of Rose sealed copy, if anyone wants to check out the unboxing for that. Linked in the chat, now I remember to do so. And then I put these things apparently on the top here, like this. I'm not sure what these will end up being. But I like it when a build, you know, obviously I was less prepared than I should have been for this. But it's nice when a build is quite easy to do. I like that. Alright, so on the underside here, I think this way around, we need to start putting these things on. And we need to put them, I think, like here. I think it's probably going to be fairly obvious where they go. But this feels like the bit that I could easily mess up, so put those there. I think that's what we do. And then I put this thing on the bottom of this, like that. Alright. Hopefully I've done this right. And then the next thing I need to do is put these little things, I was wondering what these were for, here. I guess these will move it around. These will move it around. And they only need to be in the middle, I guess. Alright. That look about right? That looks right to me. And then I need to put this aside for a moment and make some other little bits. So we'll put that to the side. And that pie's still making me hungry. And we will make these other little contraptions. We'll take these and we'll put one of these things, I think. One of these things? Yes, one of these things on top. There we go. And then we will paste these things on the outside. Like this. I can't do here's one we made earlier thing. But here is one we will have made earlier. Like this. Okay. Okay. And this all makes sense when we get to it. I'm imagining. So we make this. Here's one I made earlier. There we go. I did the thing. So I need to make another one of those. I definitely remember what I just did. I have the instructions next to me if I forget. But there's that. And then these on the outside. Like this. And then one of these. Nice. And by the way, guys, if this is the sort of thing you enjoy, I may well do something like this in the future. Some of the things I've been thinking about doing is, obviously I want to do some more survival horror games. I may well stream the Rule of Rose game that I did the unboxing video for. Some other games as well, some other survival horrors I might want to do in the near future as well. With the Code Veronica remake coming out, I might want to play that again. And for widescreen games, I'm considering not doing the webcam for those, just because the space of the screen is done better. But for the 4x3 games, of course I will. And yeah. So, we're going back to this, and I need to put these here, I think. Like this. Okay, this is making more sense now. That's why we had all that extra room. So that. And then I'm guessing these will be the movement part for it. So that is all of that, I think. The last thing I need to do is to... So we have... This is a spare, I think. This is a spare. And I think I missed out this, but I think I know where it goes, so it's fine. So that's a spare. These things... We need to... I think I missed this as well, but we'll figure out where that goes. We need to put these onto these. Here's one I made earlier, much simpler than the last one. And these go... Okay, I think I get this. So, essentially, these will become one on the sides here. Well, they would. I've messed this up somehow. These should connect to there, I think. Unless... No, I've definitely messed this up somehow. These should connect here. But because of that little space on the inside, they don't. So, what have I done wrong there? I think I know what I've done wrong. I think these were supposed to go flat. Let's try that again. I understand completely now. These were supposed to go, I think, like this. You remember earlier I said that there were going to be no issues with this build? We figured it out, though. We figured it out. You know what's funny? I even had instructions here as well. So I have no excuse. And then that will go on top of this. And now that's flush with the edge there, so that should work. Gotcha. Alright, okay, cool. We just need to do that on the other side as well. Good stuff. At least we caught it. At least we figured it out. That would have been awkward if I could not figure it out. Because then I'll be like, why is it not working? You know? You ever get that when you make like Lego stuff? Well, obviously I do. You just saw it. But yes. Okay. Cool. Hope that made sense. There we go. Okay, cool. And then that can go on there again. And now these will fit. And then these will connect whichever way around, it doesn't matter. That will connect there. Okay, cool. And again, it's not going to matter which way around these go, because ultimately they will end up connecting the same way when it's all said and done. Alright, and then we've got these little wheels here that will move it on the ground. So if we turn it back around again, I did miss... I guess I didn't miss. Maybe I didn't miss. Maybe it's inferred on this part of the instructions. So this goes here. And this is just like the back of the seat. This little thing is like a rear spoiler. And this goes, I believe, here. That. I think that's about right. And then this... Oh, I see where it goes. It goes at the back here. It is a bumper car. There you go. Oh, boy. Guess that's lined up the way it's supposed to. I can't move it again, so we're going to go with that. And that's how I think it's supposed to go. I might have missed the alignment up a little bit then when I put it back on, but I think it's right. Joker goes in that. And then we have the little bumper car. Pretty good build when it's done. My goodness. Professional stream here. Put the arms up so he doesn't fall out. There's the Joker's bumper car. Looks like something from the Jetsons, Trevor. I might want to reposition this a little bit slightly, but I'm not going to do that right now. But yeah, I'm going to move the alignment of these little bits a little bit. But overall, it was a nice build and nice simple to do. We made a little mistake during it, but obviously we figured that out, so that's nice. There's the little bumper car. Alright, and there's the Joker, who came with a pie. And we ended up with one stud as an extra, which is actually a little surprising to only get one extra, but I guess the kit is so concise that it wasn't that important. But yeah, there's the Joker as well. Alright, cool. So, with that said, let's go ahead and make the biggest thing we're going to make on this assembly. And that is going to be this prison truck. Now, this again is an official kit. A lot of these kits come in and then you'll see them in supermarkets and they'll get reduced. I thought the stick kit was pretty cool. Well, the last Lego livestream I did was also a couple of trucks, I think. So we're sticking on theme here. And then I'm not sure if this is like this lady's working with this guy, or she's some sort of assassin that he has information for. Or something like that. She's some sort of like thief and he's an accomplice or something. Or they're both like assassins or what have you. I'm trying to connect it to Marvel somehow. But she like, I guess somewhat like Trinity in The Matrix. She rides a motorbike. Yes, anyway. Here is the kit. It has some like, you're not going to see all of that, but Oh, there's a wanted poster. I see. I see. I see. So there's that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this together now. I believe if I go ahead and grab something, which I should have grabbed beforehand, I should be able to open this box with a little less awkwardness. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go and grab a tool to open this a little bit easier, which I should have done before we started, but I digress. Alright, I did the thing. I was worried I wouldn't be able to find it. But essentially, I was just looking for this. This is a device used to, well, this in particular, I use this for a 3D printer, and it removes the 3D print stuff from the plate, the hot plate. But yes, also you could use it for other stuff. But I'm going to use it to try and get into here without breaking the product too much. Hopefully. And it might not be that viewable, but this should make this a little bit easier. So essentially, yes, I got it in there. Essentially, there is like some sticky stuff on there, but that should make it so that I can open this without like destroying the packet. In theory. There we go. Much less destroyed, but you know, a little bit easier. Okay, inside of here, we got some packets. And this, and a big pile of instructions. So here's the instructions. There are many steps. Let's have a look at the like. We're at 78 steps here. I'm not going to show every step on the camera. I like the little advertisement as well for other stuff as well. Those instructions are thick, John. Yeah, they are. Dude, I coveted like there's an airport there, but there was like a station way back in the day, and I coveted that a lot. Here's all the pieces that are involved. Lots of pieces here. Also, I believe you can probably get like an online version of these instructions. But yes, thick instructions. So I'm gonna put these instructions off screen. I will refer to them during this process. Apologies for going off screen to grab the tool to open this as well. That took a little longer than I expected. I wasn't I wasn't fully prepared as I should have been. Oh boy. So yes. Oh, and I got lots of dust on myself on opening that, which is also great. We've got two big bags. How many pieces was this build? This is going to be a lot of pieces. Oh boy. So, maybe I should open one bag at a time so I don't just flood the area here with pieces. Let's actually look at the instructions. So it does tell me to open bag one first. Okay, let's do that. This is bag two. And this is bag one. I better not lose whatever this is. So we'll open this one first. All the bits. Hopefully this is contained quite well. This, we've got little bagception. We've got another bag inside of the bag. That's funny. Alright, that's all of that. And I can see the minifigures here. So let's make the minifigures. That might make things a little easier. Well, I think I see the minifigures. Yes. Yes. Okay. There's the lady's torso with a suit, sharp suit. Makes it kind of look like she's from Hitman, like an assassin. Bagception, One Up John, exactly. That's the dude's face. Look at that mustache. What a mustache. That's a mustache. That must be the lady's head. Oh, she's also got like a robber style garb. That's kind of cool. Her hair will be here somewhere as well. Uh, this must be the officer's attire, front and back to it. Okay. That's his head, I think. Here's his legs. Those must be her legs then, because the same color as her outfit. And then the hair. There should be hair. Well, that's obviously her hair because she had that long hair. With I believe this is called a princess cut. I could be wrong there, but it's a traditional Japanese style haircut. And where's his hair? So many bits. Is it still in the bag? Does he also have black hair? He does. Let me look in the bag real quick. Not in the bag. So it's here somewhere. I'll separate the bits and then maybe it'll show up. This is where, it becomes a little awkward when you have actually it could be in here, couldn't it? When you have like lots of pieces. Okay. So I'll put like all of the like dark pieces over here, I guess. Got lots of space to work with here, that's a nice thing, I guess. And maybe that hair will show up somewhere here. But it was the first step they advised doing, so I figure it's probably here somewhere. And yes, this bit will be a little bit more involved than the last bits we did, but that is somewhat to be expected with a larger kit like this. When you separate all the pieces, it'll just make everything easier after that, I think. If I separate them into color as well, it's going to hopefully make it a little bit easier as well. Alright, I don't see that dude's hair. So, let's open... Oh, we found the wanted card. Let's open this little bag and have a peek in there. Okay, there's more bits in there, but I think these are mostly bits for the motorcycle guy. Yes, okay. Let me see if it wants you to open that later. Well, to be fair, it also advises putting on a motorcycle helmet when assembling her body, so maybe the part is in here. There's brown hair? That could be... Okay, yes, it looks... On the instructions, this is the sort of thing I was mentioning actually. On the instructions, at least to me, the hair looks black, but I think it's actually brown, and that's why I couldn't figure out where it was. Alright, okay, that's fine. I hope I didn't knock anything off while doing that. So here's lots of little bits. We'll have lots of little bits. So yes, that's for him. Okay, we figured that out. And these bits, I guess I'll put these here. Oh boy, there's a lot of pieces. And that's everything in this little bag, I think. Okay, cool. Yep. Alright. So when it meant bag one and the bag one inside of bag one. So that's good to know. The instructions, that is. There's the helmet. So the helmet is also hers. All these grey bits. Go here. I'm not organising these as well as I could do, but I'm trying to be somewhat expedient in how I do it. But, you know, you make things a lot easier for yourself if you organise well to begin with. I mean, obviously, I'm not familiar with how speed builders would do stuff, but I wouldn't go blindly grabbing into a bag. I would always want to see all my pieces first. Alright, I think this is a spare. Okay, we'll make the minifigures first. So I guess we'll make the dude first. And I initially thought that his hair was a different color, but we found it. So there. Here's the legs. Here's the torso. Took a while to get those pieces sorted out, didn't it? And here is the head with the. I gotta go with this one because that is an amazing mustache. That's also good, but you get the full view of the mustache if I put this head on, so we are going with that. And there's the hair. Oh my goodness, it's quite the it's quite the mullet, isn't it? Hey Huck, welcome. Thanks for the well wishes, my friend. I really appreciate it. How the devil are you? Look at that hair. That's some crazy hair. Unfortunately, you still sort of see his other head on the other side. That's kind of funny. We'll actually have to move this guy off screen, I think, because there's so much stuff here. The next thing we're gonna do, same old, same old. Well, I appreciate you checking out the stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I think we're gonna go with. We could either go with the hair or we could go with the helmet. I'll assemble the helmet anyway. I knew I was going to put that on upside down. I always do that. The visor, that is. So there's a visor. We have a spare piece. This is definitely a spare piece. I'll just move that aside for now. And we could put the helmet on the head, obviously. I guess we'll do that at the end. We'll do the body. I like this outfit as well. It does remind me of sort of like a Hitman style outfit. Pretty cool, like an assassin style garb. And then we could either go with the robber attire, or we could go with the like mean look. I guess I'm gonna go with the mean look. What's cooking, Huck? We're making. We had a Lego Batman, Black Cat, Batgirl, Joker, and now we're doing a prison truck, which should be pretty fun. This last one is going to be a bit of a larger build. We've got the helmet. I think I am going to go with the hair though. And also there was recently. Oh, I quite like how the hair like slots on for the shoulders like that. That's very cool. I also quite recently did a unboxing of Rule of Rose as well. A survival horror game on the PS2. So that was a lot of fun. Treated myself to that. There's that minifigure. This outfit looks really cool for this character. Alright, so now we've got to start making the thing. And it was a big instruction manual. So I guess we'll just get started. We're going to make the bike first, I think. So we're going to do the little things first. Here's the chassis of the bike. And we're going to put these, I think, on the sides. I think that's what we're doing. Putting these here. Nice bike is one of the early lines of GTA 3, I remember. And then I need to put the outside part on. Okay, I think I see how it connects. Connects here. So that should be easy enough. Okay, that was nice and easy. It's already taking shape, although to be fair, this is more like a pre-constructed type gimmick. There is obviously Lego on this, but there was that. The next thing I need to do is to make the wheels. So this should be simple enough. These like kind of rubber. And then here's the wheel arc. And it should be a simple case of just slotting that onto those. There we go. Now I think it's going to be the same deal with the other wheels, but they'll be bigger obviously. And then these should just go into these sections here. Easy enough. Assuming I get that right. Yes. There we go. Alright. That's in, and it can still move. And then on the back. That was a bit easier. Yeah, I think I've mucked up this front one, because does not look right. Let's try that again. Maybe it'll be easier if I do it like this and then put it in. Yeah, that looks much better. Alright, now I'll put this on. There we go. Okay, cool. We're back. We're back. The next part is to put some handles. Here's the handles. We're going to put those on the inside here, it looks like. A little hard to see what you're doing here, but there's that. That looks about right. And then we turn the page. Okay, I need to put this. So I guess, oh, yep, nope, I see what I'm doing. I need to connect these together, put this on the back of this thing. So it's like designed to, I guess, cause trouble. Okay. And this is simply like this, I think. And then this will go on the back of the bike. Alright, there's that. And then we need to put this little thing to cover up that little detail. So it looks a little nicer. I think that's the bike done. There you go. And then the rider could obviously, because of the way this is, I think the horses have this as well, where like there's a space for them. They could go on like that. So there's the bike done. Pretty good, and that was the easy part, obviously, because the next part's going to be a little bit more complicated. But yeah, there's that. Cool. Let's turn the page. And I will say, by the way, that I enjoy that the instructions have like a little dude moving along to tell you how far you're going on the instructions. Very nice, Hook. Okay, we need to use this, which is like probably the bottom of the truck, and we need to attach these little gimmicks in here. Easy enough. These are what the wheels will go on most likely. And then we need to put these little spaces, and they need to go, I think, in here. Like that. Like one space in, but that space is raised. So I think it's pretty obvious where they go. Like that. I think that's correct thus far. And then either way round is the same. And then we turn the page once again. The next thing I need to do is make a little thing to put on this. So I need this, I think, and two like tiny L sections, which are here. And I think I just put them like this. And then I put this thing. That's what I was looking for. I put that on top of this. Alright, and whatever this is goes on the back here. And it looks like it kind of sticks out, so it's like there. So I think that's correct. And now we have definitively a back to it, I guess. Or front, however it ends up being. And then we take all of these things, should be 6 of these, and we put them, I think, here. There should be exactly enough space for all of these. And they are with these on the inside. And they're all on the lower part, which is not raised. So there's that. And then on what I'm going to call the front right now, but I guess I'm not really sure, I put this. Think like that. Okay, turn the page. We need to put these in the middle. That does leave a little bit of a gap, but I assume that's by design. Okay. Then I need to put this thing on the front. I'm going to still calling this the front, but it might be the back. We'll see when we get there. And then two of these are going to go here, I think. And I think that's where we're at. And we're going to move on. Turn the page. Okay, take 6 of these. Handy that. They are going to go... I think they're going to go like this. These are forming some sort of wall, leaving a little space inside. I think this is how we're doing it. That's my interpretation thus far. Trying to be mindful of keep it on screen so it's viewable. And then these, I think, will go here. Yeah, that looks right. That continues that colorization on the inside, so that must be right. And then we have these, I think. They look much darker in the instructions, but that's an issue I've had before. These go on this side. Like that. Alright. And then we turn the page and move on. I like how they've kept like everything like quite simple. So there's very little chance, at least thus far. I mean, give me half a chance and I will screw it up. But it's been very simple, like a couple of bits, and then the next piece, and then move on to the next page. Like, what I mean by that is all the instructions are like quite big, so it's like very obvious where you're supposed to do stuff. Alright, then these bits, and they will go. I mean, to be fair, guys, this is the smaller of the two bags, so that's going to be a thing. These just go here, I think. Right, that looks about right. And then these pieces will go here, I think. I think that's right. Oh yeah, we don't need this. Or maybe we do. Maybe it's attached to the vehicle somewhere. Have you seen this lady? If so, report it immediately. This person, I should say. Alright. Wearing a sharp suit. We'll move on to the next page, where I must use this, and I think I put it across here. And then these bits, I think, just go on the outside. Clicked in very nicely. And then I put these bits, I think. And they are going to go just the one of these, actually. Just the one, actually. On the top. Here? I've got myself confused. I think it goes here. Like that. I think. Yeah, on the opposite side to the red. There, yes, okay, yeah. Using my sense of direction here, we'll move on to the next page. Then, we're going to put these here. And these, there should be grey versions of those. Okay, assuming I haven't put these on the wrong side, they will go there. And I assume this will all make sense later. Because this detailing looks strange when it's incomplete like this, obviously. The next thing we do is... I guess we're sort of picking sides now. Because we're only using one of each of these items next. But I think there's two of each of them. So we'll see. Unless they split up how we do this. We're going to put one of these here. Surely you do this on the other side as well. Surely that goes on that side as well. But I'll do as it tells me currently, which is to do that. And then one of these like this. Okay. And then we'll move to the next page, where I must put a curious contraption of one of these and one of these. And I think I have to do it like this. And I put that here, I think. like that. And I have to imagine it's going to tell me to do this on the other side as well. But I digress. So we move around. And then, yes, okay. I have to imagine we're doing this exactly the same as we just did. Oh, actually, this, yes. We'll move to the next page, but I think I know where we're going from here. Yes, the triangle. It's going to go here. And then we're going to do what we just did, which I definitely remember, which was one of these and one of these. Like this. I definitely remember that. And that goes here. Okay, this... I'm going to guess this is the back. But I guess we'll see. Next page has us making a little sub-build. So let's put this to the side. I have a lot of patience for this, Trevor. Yeah, you can't rush ahead. I tend to find that even if I think I know what I'm doing, just doing what the instructions. Oh, we got some handcuffs here. These are accessories, so we don't need that. I tend to find if I just do what the instructions do, even if the instructions are like being painfully slow sometimes, like with the sides there, I could have just like, you know, with a bit of insight, I could have just done those as it was. I tend to find if I follow them exactly, we're making a little sub build here. It makes for less errors. Because as we saw with the Joker bumper thing earlier, it's still possible to like mess stuff up even when it looks simple. Right, these little bits are going to go here. That, I think. I guess maybe these will hold the handcuffs or something. And then these little bits, there might be a spare one of these. I'm going to assume one of these is a spare. But I think in terms of construction, I think I was right to pick the right amount of stuff. I think this bit is a spare. I think we have the right amount of stuff for this build, I think. Oh, no, what goes on that is this. And that will go... Oh, you know what? I think this was a spare for the bike. For the bike, the chain bit at the end of the bike. It's nice. This bit goes on this. This must be the front spoiler, actually. That slots in there. And then this goes here. I think it just slots... Oh, I see. It goes up like this, and it slots on here. Like this. There, okay, that's the front of the vehicle. It must be. Alright, cool. And that's level to that, so I think. So, that's that. And that's all of the pieces from bag 1. So now, guys, let's put this to the side for a moment. Because we've got the bigger of the two bags. Bag 2. My goodness. This is even more pieces. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. Oh, by the way, the instructions say, like, tip the bag. Like, I'm not a maniac. I'm not going to tip the bag. I'm going to take the pieces out carefully. Not a maniac, but maybe belong in the vehicle. Right. Oh, look, more bagception. We've got another bag inside of a bag. Now, we do have to open this as well. We learned from the other section. You're not going to hear all those pieces clattering of the noise cancelling I put on my microphone. Also help you not hear any seagulls as well. Right, yes, lots of pieces here. We've got the other, with the guy who's already been caught. The accomplished little lady. Maybe he has a fine suit as well, but for now he's wearing orange. This is even more pieces. So yes, I will separate them into color. Does that make it a little bit easier for me? I guess I should probably open this up now as well. So the little bits are in these, that's why this piece is still in here still. Yep, that's everything. Alright. Uh, blue pieces over here. Easy enough. And the wheels shouldn't be an issue. I should be able to just notice the wheels. They're very big, so I'll just pile them up here. Won't get tired of those. Is this a nightstick? Guess we'll figure it out. There are so many bits here. That I might struggle to lay them out. Although, it's all making sense to me thus far. I've been trying to careful, unless I already have knocked anything off screen, but I'm trying to be careful not to do that. Alright, talking of screen. Oh, we've got lots of little blue bits. There are so many bits. But again, I think sorting the bits before you start like messing around is the way to go, at least in my opinion. Then you know what you're doing, rather than diving into it and being like, where are the bits I need? I can't find anything. Yeah, I'll put all of the transparent pieces over here, which are acrylic, so it has like a little bit of a different feel to it, which I do find actually a little bit annoying, because the acrylic pieces, they tend to be like sized a little differently, and you get like this piece here has like a little bit of a cutting on it that made it a different color. That's nice. Okay, put the grey pieces up here, I guess. Not organizing as well as I could do, but in the sake of expediency. Oh, we got some more handcuffs. Yo, Raccoon Evil, how you doing, buddy? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the well wishes, buddy. How the devil are you? Hope you're doing well. We're making a truck for the bad guys. Okay, I'm gonna say this is organized enough. We should be able to find what we're looking for from this. Yeah, that looks fine. It's nice to have like a big space of screen here. We'll make the criminal first. He's got his like classic black and white under there. but orange is the... You know that show, Orange is the New Black? There's the you know what, I like this I like this one with the glasses on. Although he is frowning on the other side, which is funny either. But I like this side more because he's just got like more personality to him. Does Lego have a cake one up, John? I think I made it on my last Lego unboxing. I made a donut truck, so I have Lego donuts. I guess I do have the I have the pie from Joker. This guy looks amazing. Like, look at that guy's hair. Look at his expression. This guy looks great. Lego donuts, say John. You doing well, Raccoon Evil? Nice, good to hear, my friend. Um, yeah, Orange is the New Black is a show about ladies in prison, and that came to mind with the orange there. Anyway, now we need to grab our whatever we've been making before. This will end up looking like something. I'm led to believe. Oh, you know what? The cuffs were supposed to go on this guy. That's why we had cuffs. But that's fine. I'm doing them without cuffs. Yes, I need to put one of these little bits. I think here. We'll review the stuff we've made before as well. And again, if anyone wants to check out, I think I pinned it in the comments, um, in the live chat rather. I did an unboxing recently of Rule of Rose, a PlayStation 2 survival horror. You can go ahead and check that out. I may well be streaming it at some point as well, but just to let you guys know that's out there. Um, the next thing I need to do is use these little bits, whatever these are, and I need to put these on these sides like this. I'm sure this will make sense later, but these go like this, and those will go here as well. All right, and I believe this will make sense at some point, but at the moment it's a bit weird. But at least it gets rid of some of the smaller parts. All right, cool. There's that, and then I need to take the other one of these. There might be a spare one of these. And I need to put that, I think, here, like that. I think it could be that it's actually one further in, but the perspective they've chose to use on the instructions here for that is not the best. I think it is actually supposed to go one further in. I think it's actually supposed to be there, but the instructions have made it look a bit weird. Yes, I think it's actually there. So the next thing I need to do is take these things. I guess these are for the wheel arch. I think I just put them here, like this. I think that's how that goes. And then we have like space for the wheels, which we haven't made yet. Cool. Oh, this is an extra. We actually are going to use this. It is going to go here. I don't know what those are, but that's where that goes. Alright, we'll go to the next page on this one. We have these little bits here. We're going to use two of these. And I guess they just go in here. That is where those will go. And the next thing I need is to take the steering wheel. I always love these bits. And I put that in front of that. That's that. Alright. Next page. We made it past 40 pages on this. these little things, I think these are just going to go here like the other pieces did previously, the grey pieces. They're not awfully flush, but they're good enough. And then we take these yellow strips, and I think this is going to help tie this together. These are going to go here. Yeah, that makes that look a lot better, I think. Now everything sort of blends in a little bit. It looks less like an assortment of pieces, and it looks more like it's supposed to look like that. And these also go back here as well. Alright, cool. Next page. We take these. Now, in the instructions, oh, you know what? On the camera, they do look blue. But to my eyes, they look black, which is crazy. Alright. I was about to complain about these being black on the instructions. But they are blue on the... Weirdly enough, to my eyes on the paper, but not on the camera. But that's the next bit. Yes. Really appreciate you guys spending some time with me as well on this wild idea I had to make some Lego on camera. And hopefully not mess it up. The next thing I do, I think, is put these bits on the side. These bits are actually black. I think it's those bits. Yes, it's those bits. Those bits that look similar to that, but aren't that. And those, like... I'm not exactly sure what those are, but I'm... Oh no, those are the wing mirrors. There you go, that's what those are. Next part we do is going to be this thing. And that is going to be, I think, here. Trying to be mindful to keep this on camera as well. And then, and also not to knock the camera too much, we put these wheel arcs on this side. And these want to have these little bits on here as well, on the outside. Okay, like that. And then that's that. Next page. We're going to use some of the grey pieces and some of the acrylic pieces here. These pieces are going to go here. And then the red acrylic pieces are going to go in front of that. I guess these are like headlights. Or hazard lights, or what have you. Then I take this like half circle bit. I put that on the front here. I knocked over the wheels! No! That was really bad. Well, guys, with that in mind, I do need a really quick break. So I will be right back. And we're back. Now I should have thrown that up when I went to grab a tool earlier, shouldn't I? But I didn't. Anyway, quick break there, and we're back to the action, so we can proceed at a reasonable pace. And the music you would have heard during the breaks, obviously that was my art, because it features me on it. Um, the music you would have heard there was from The Danger Zone from myself and the Jonan Monkey, but not the actual instrument version. That's more like chiptune versions that I did there. Although I have had the actual instrument versions up on uh, YouTube at one point. I took them off when I decided to focus the channel more on gaming, but as you can see now, the content is sometimes is a bit more freeform, shall we say? So it may well come back on there at some point. Right. Yes. So what I just did was put these on, and I put that on. So I'm on to the next page, and the next thing I need to do is grab one of these things, put that on the middle here, and it's starting, I think, to look a little bit more like something and not just bits of some random Lego bricks put together. I think so anyway. And then I need to use some of these transparent parts. Put those on here. These are probably the headlights. Or something like that. Those go there. Then these, I think there's a spare one of these probably. These will go here. Like that. That is how those will connect. Alright, cool. Looking a bit more like something. I'm going to just assume that this bit here is a spare. Put it off to the side. And yes, on the next page, we will put this with the badge on it on top of that piece we just put on. Yo, Jonan! Thanks for the congrats on the level up, my friend. Hope you're doing well. How the devil are you? I just mentioned you actually. We went to a break screen, and I was like, this was probably, unless I queued up the wrong song, which would have also been one of my songs, seemingly. It would have been the Danger Zone music. All right. The next thing I need to do is put these bits on here. We're getting somewhere now. It's starting to take shape. I think yes, these bit parts on here. Doing some prep for some role play stuff, Jonan. That Jonan, he loves his role playing. Um, I actually I like my Magic the Gathering as well, and I think I will be doing a Magic the Gathering pre-release for the Marvel superheroes, which is somewhat tied into this because we had the Black Panther earlier, so that'll be interesting tomorrow, and I might be doing less for the channel because of that over the next couple of days. Um, I actually just had a car MOT today. All right, so these will go here. These bits here. I think we're much further along than I initially realized because it feels to me like this is taking shape proper now. At least it feels that way. Like it looks more like a vehicle. I've said this before, and less like just random bits. Like now it's got this front to it. It looks more like a thing to me, if that makes sense. I'll probably consolidate these bits a little bit for a more manageable layout. There we go. Alright. The next thing I need to do is to put these on the back. Yes. I'm always nervous when I'm like a little way in that the pressure I put on to the build is gonna break it apart, but these are built more sturdy than that, I think. That doesn't look straight at all. There we go. Alright. And then, on the next page, we're going to put these things on. Oh, these are gel bars. That's what they are. Right, that makes way more sense. That makes way more sense. I was like, what even are these? When I was looking at the pieces. But now I get it. Now I get it. So we can see inside for a little bit of detail, I guess. And we're going to put this, like, bridge-looking bit on top of here. Yep, that looks about right. It's taking shape. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. On the next page, we're going to put some of these white parts on top of here, which helps cover up some of those, like, joins. Make it look a bit neater. There we go. That's about right. And then I need 4 of these. Again, they're dark blue, but to me they look black on the instruction pages, but that's probably just my eyesight. I think they go... I've started putting them here without, like, looking, but I'm almost certain they go here. Because where else would they go? And that'll make the walls. Oh, went flying. Not a superhero, doesn't need to fly. Alright, I think that's right. Next page. We need to do a little mini build. Alright, so we'll put this to the side. And then, oh, we lost the wheels. I'll put the wheels over here, actually, because I'm not using this space now. I'm not assembling any minifigures. We need a little space for the, like, build we're going to do just now. So, I'm going to need this and one of these. Okay, I think this is just a one-off. And that's going to go like this. And then, nope, not at all. This goes on the side. There we go. And one of these goes on the other side. And then, we're going to put, I think, one of these on here. This time that is supposed to be in the middle. And I think we put these on the outside. I'm sure this will make sense. I'm sure this will make sense when we get to it. Like that. And then I put this on top of this. Alright, cool. And this goes on here somehow. I think it goes on like this. I think it's going to go there. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's like that. I think that's right. On the next page, we need to put these big white parts just to cover up some of this nonsense. These actually overhang a little bit, so I imagine something's going to go here. Maybe. Right, that looks about right. And then this strip of red will go on the top here. Alright, cool. And that's that for that page. On the next page, we need to... Okay, yeah, I did think something needed to go there. So we have 2 of these, and we're going to make 2 of, like, that and that. 2 of those. Kind of just like a little bit of detailing here. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but that's what we're making. And then these will go here. So I knew something needed to go here. It's an interesting way to add, like, a little bit of color or detail as you go. Alright, that looks right to me, I think. Cool. In the instructions, it would have had me do those separately, but obviously we knew what we were doing. The next page, I need to put one of these. We might end up with a spare one of these, I guess. Actually, no. You know what? It's probably doing that thing again, where I could actually just because we've got two of these. One of them goes there. I probably could just put the other one in, but we'll see. Maybe a door here goes here or something. Because it only told me to put one of those in there. And then we need to grab one of these. I don't know if it matters which one. Of the several. And we need to put what looks to be one of these on the back of it. Cool. On the next page, I need to put one of these on top of this. Like that. Do I build Lego often, Jonan? Mostly smaller kits. Mostly the ones that come with the Blue Ocean magazines. Mostly the smaller ones. The thing about the big ones, obviously the build is a bit bigger, and something like this doing on a live stream helps me commit to doing it because like it's like movies. I enjoy the concept of a movie, but I will listen to like D&D for example whilst like writing the script for a video or editing. I find concentrating a bit. It's a me issue really, but I find concentrating a bit hard, and this sort of thing helps it. So I guess it's possible I may do it more often because I haven't been into the hobby of Lego until it was the Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight game that sort of like spurred my interest to get back into Lego. And I've mostly, like I say, been doing the smaller, like the very small, like minifigure kits that come with the Blue Ocean magazines. But you never know. We might do some more stuff. I'll take it as it comes, really. I think I need to put these bits here. Yo, bro, says Trevor. Bro! These go on this, I think. And then I need to put. I'm guessing this will make more sense when I'm through with it. Sometimes I do sort of skip steps. Like the thing, it wanted me to do some parts here separately, and I thought it looked sort of obvious what I needed to do, so I sort of just went through with it. And then I need to put this here. I'm guessing this will make sense later. But I think that's how it wanted me to do this. Then, oh, so this is the door. Right, no, that makes way more sense. This is the door. So that's why we didn't do this on the other side. This must be a spare. This must be a spare. The smaller pieces will get spare. So this is the door. Now I get it. I was like, what even is this? It won't actually close properly because of this thing. But yes, so it is the door. Well, I guess it will close. It doesn't have like a locking mechanism that I can see. All right, it does open and close though, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be, but it's there. That is definitely where it wanted me to put it. All right, nice. You listen to podcasts while doing some work, Jonan? Yeah, like I have just like it. I find concentrating on one thing, which is probably where my work ethic like comes to like if I commit myself to do like something as work, I will do it. This is supposed to go here, I think. I think. Yes, okay. Needed to click in place. There we go. Right, there's that. And then on the next page, we should be getting towards the end of this now. We need to take one of these and put it like under here, like this, and connect it to this. Okay, cool. And then on the top of this, I think, we put this. Just to add some stability, I imagine. Then, I imagine on either side here, we put this. And then to that, we put what is most likely the front. And then, we're going to take a red one and a blue one of these, I think. Just drop them on here. That looks about right. I can always line these up a little nicer later, but there's that. And then I need to put these facing outwards like this. And I'm going to guess that these are extras. As you often do get extras with these. And maybe these? I guess we'll see. Unless I just forgot to put these on. Alright, there's that. Let's line that up a little nicer. Okay, cool. So there's that. On the next page, we've got to be nearly... Nope, you know what? This is where these go. And they will add some stability here. There we go. I was wondering. Like, surely I wouldn't miss these pieces. Shows me for not looking at the next page. Helps if I put it on the right way around. Alright, yeah, that looks a little nicer. And that is going to go... Have a look here. This is going to go this way around. So imagine... Yeah, this can only really go on one way, right? Think like that with a little bit of an overhang? Yes, I think that's correct. So now we've got everything except the wheels. Oh, you know what? It does make more sense now I look in it now, because it looks like it has, you know, like spaces for the people in there, like to sit, I guess. Makes more sense. Okay. Right. The wheels, and we've made wheels before, so we'll do it again. We'll just put these on top of these. Very easily done. I don't think it matters which way around we do this when it comes to put them on, obviously, but aside from that. And as long as they're, like, half decently done, it should be fine. And yes, I do think I had about the right amount of items to assemble in this video, judging by the length. Right. And then one more. 4 wheels. Really nice to put these on. These are a bit, like, awkward because they're sort of rubbery. Alright, that looks about right. Let me just double check. all of these pieces are on properly. Okay, cool. And then obviously these will go with these bits facing outwards, apparently, onto the vehicle. Okay, I was just double checking that because these bits are on the inside and they may be difficult to take off afterwards. So there you go. Very satisfying click there, although my noise cancelling will take it off, but these do move. Alright, and those are on. It does indeed travel. There you go. I think that is correct. I think that is everything. We had a couple of spares, obviously. But yes, there's the wheels. You see on the inside there, the door does open. The door mechanism is very nice, actually. It's not stiff at all or anything. So that's quite nice. Top of that, the back, the underside. Yeah, you know, we made some trucks previously, but I think this one, I mean, the donut truck's really nice, but I think this one is maybe the nicest truck of the trucks I've made thus far. Huzzah indeed, Jonan. Yeah, this looks to me it looks very nice. It was quite satisfying to put together. I mean, I probably just feel that way because it is the last thing I put together. So there's that. But yeah. So I suppose we will review everything we put together. You know what's actually kind of annoying about this one though? Can't open these doors to the driver's side. The only way to get the driver in here is to pop this open. Now it's ready to transport the Joker. Jonan, that's exactly why I got this. It's not just a random thing. I totally prepared that. It's gonna run away by itself. Yes, exactly, Jonan. That is definitely why I. That's definitely how I drew it up, and no one can say anything wiser. Um, so yes, for this kit we had the bike as well. Bike was pretty cool. The back wheel on the bike is actually a little bit stiff. I wonder if that's like deliberate. And then we had the criminal accomplice, and the one who's been caught. Helps if I don't hit the camera. With the officer themselves, with their amazing hair, and the wanted poster for the lady. There was a bunch of extras, obviously. I'm not going to show all of the extras, but you know, we had a bunch of like random stuff here. That random stuff, yeah, cool. That's not all of it actually. There's some other bits there. There was another visor, another luminous piece, and another little grey piece. All right, fine. I'll show everything. I say to myself. Those were all of the extras for that. But I mean, this is technically not an extra because that is her helmet. But all of this stuff was extras. I guess these aren't extras either. But this was an extra, and then a visor extra, and you tend to get the little bits extras. Yeah, these technically weren't extras, I guess. All right, and then the Joker kit. We had the I think this is on correctly. This is the little bumper cart for the Joker, which was a much easier assembly. than the big truck. And this does move. I hadn't actually tried moving it around, but it does move, which is nice. So there's that. And there was the Joker themselves, who really should go with the prisoners, right? I should put them here with the prisoners. Maybe I'll put the cop on this side. Then we have the Joker. Great looking minifigure as well, the Joker. I liked both of the smiles on this one. Like the smile on the other side was quite nice as well. Actually, it's really creepy when you can sort of see the edge of that smile on here on the back of the head. But there's the Joker. Great looking Joker figure. There'll be other versions of the Joker to get as well. We had the Batgirl. Great looking minifigure. Had the old style cape. I don't like the old style capes very much, but that was still cool to get. Very nice looking figure there for the heroes. And she came with a little extra belt, obviously, but loads of Batgirl batarangs because they're yellow. We had, from the Marvel side, we had Black Panther. And this transport, which I think this was from the Blue Ocean magazines. And that obviously came with these little projectiles that you can shoot out if you want to and lose, which would definitely happen. But there's those. And then, of course, we had the Bat. Man. I've got one with like the movie style cowl that goes into the cape, which is very cool. But this is a nice figure as well. I like that the eyes, like I said with the other minifigures I got from Blue Ocean, because this is an official Lego one, but the Blue Ocean ones, they'll often have the eyes of the head underneath will be white. There'll be like a strip of white instead of having the eyes on the mask. I like this a lot better. Combination of the like nicer cape and the eyes white being in the helmet is much nicer. Means you can take the cowl off and it won't really interfere with anything. And then that came with, of course, its Batarang and its Batclaw. So there were those. And there you have it, really. That was the Lego unboxing level up stream. It was a lot of fun to do this, guys, and thank you so much for hanging out with me and having some fun as we just built some Lego stuff in this very impromptu and very badly prepared stream that I did not really have a day in mind when it came to doing it, or the gumption to share on social media before I did so. But nonetheless, it may well be a video on demand you can check afterwards. Kind of reminds you of the Tim Burton Batman, Jonan. Nicely done, Trevor. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, had a lot of fun putting these together, and Jonan hit the narrative on the head, which I definitely planned, that this is to transport the Joker. So the Joker really should get in there and get taken to Arkham. Indeed. Yes, cool to put these together. It was a lot of fun. Making these live on stream was relatively painless, actually, which was nice. Not a lot went wrong. Obviously, a couple of bits, had a bit of confusion with, but we got through it nice and easily. And overall, it was a lot of fun to put these together. And these minifigures, for the most part, I really like. I don't like the cape. on the Batgirl figure, but it's fine. I prefer this style of cape on the Batman figure. But overall, the figures were great. The official Lego ones came with extras in case you messed anything up, which was nice. The truck was nice and easy to assemble. It looks great. These other extra pieces were nice as well. Whether it be from the Blue Ocean magazines or from the official Lego kits, you know you're getting some modicum of quality with them, and you know they're going to be cool to either display or just to have. And the fun of building them was quite fun as well. But yeah, there you go, guys. Appreciate you watching. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being awesome, and thank you for your well wishes, my friends, as well. I have been MVL. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.